Good evening. Thank you. Welcome to the Reach at the Kennedy Center, and most specifically Studio K. They are named J, F, and K. Hopefully you understand where that comes from. But I'm really delighted to be here with you and to share this evening with you. I'm anticipating a pretty meaningful and perhaps emotional evening together. Did I say my name? Oh, okay. Sorry. You can tell I'm already involved. My name is Deborah Rutter, and I'm the president of the Kennedy Center. And a number of years ago, I called up my social impact team and said, I am tired of not doing something more specific around gun violence, something that we all experience personally and in community. And when we think about the Kennedy Center, we so often think about, like tonight they're having Romeo and Juliet in the Opera House, and concerts and dance programs. Our social impact team work really hard at connecting with community and designing programs that are arts related, but with non-arts outcomes. So they're the ones I called and said, we really need to do something. And we've done things over the years in a variety of different formats, but I really wanted to do something that was engaging with young people because we wanted to hear from young people. So we had a lot of conversations, and they came back and said, we found the perfect partners to do this with. And indeed, it does seem like they are the perfect partners. So tonight we are in collaboration with a national organization called Enough. And I really want to recognize Mike Cody and Shannara Gabrielle, who are here with us. They're the ones wearing the Enough t-shirts, and you'll hear from them later. And in true Kennedy Center social impact fashion, they also collaborated locally. And I really want to recognize, because we work with our colleagues in the city and the region quite a bit on a number of different types of projects, but this was deeply personal for us all. So I really want to say thank you to Signature Theater, Arena Stage, Roundhouse Theater, Imagination Stage, Olney Theater, First Stage, and the Theater Lab for their partnership in bringing this forward. And I want to acknowledge that all of our young playwrights were at the Duke Ellington School today. And I actually told one of my colleagues that I'm sorry I didn't know about it, because I would have loved to have been there as well, but I'm here with you tonight. Just to say thank you for being here. Thank you for paying witness to our young playwrights and their work, and let's see where it goes from there. I'd like to now introduce my colleague, who is the mastermind and the glue and sort of an extraordinary entrepreneur in terms of helping advance the work of our social impact team. So this is our Senior Director for Social Impact, Victoria Murray-Baatin.
Thank you so much, Deborah. I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate your leadership and your vision on this topic, and your unrelenting drive to make sure that we are addressing this in a meaningful and substantive way. So thank you so much for that. Again, thank you, Shannara. Thank you, Michael. Thank you to the entire Enough team. And we'd also like to acknowledge our colleagues in the education department. We work collaboratively across the city, but also across the center. So thank you so much to Jordan LaSalle, our Vice President of Education, and David Kilpatrick for your support of this project as well. So thank you. If you'd bear with me, I'd like to invite you to take a deep breath, perhaps close your eyes if you feel so moved. And I'll share with you what social impact means for us here at the Kennedy Center. It's our systemic commitment to the belief that social impact can change our lives, our belief that the arts hold unique power in our society to build community, center joy, inspire action, and drive meaningful change. As Deborah mentioned, we leverage the arts for non-arts outcomes, specifically to advance justice and equity in our work. So we ground ourselves in that principle, that meditation, before all of our work begins. So happy to invite you all into that ritual. And want to acknowledge some very special people that we have with us this evening. Deborah mentioned that there was a trip to the Duke Ellington School. Out of 250 submissions, 6 playwrights stood out. I believe there are 5 of them are with us this evening. Nayara, if you're here. Sam, are you here? Sam? Pepper? Justin? Amanda? And Valentine. Beautiful, beautiful. Congratulations. We're so proud of each and every one of you, and know that our American theater is in great hands if they're in your hands. So we look forward to seeing what the future holds for each of you. We also want to just share with you that we recognize, again, in that moment of just sort of self-care and reflection, that this topic is heavy. I'm sure it's touched all of us in ways that are profound and deep. So if at any point you feel like you might want to take a moment for self-care, if the moment overwhelms you, please let an usher know, and we'll be happy to escort you to one of our reflection rooms. So feel free to take that moment should you need it. I'm getting chills now. I'm probably going to need that moment. So feel free to avail yourself to that. And without further ado, we shall begin. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, I'm Michael Cody, and I'm the Joaquin Oliver artistic producer of Enough, Plays to End Gun Violence. You're about to experience 6 bold and provocative stories selected out of our nationwide call for teens to write short plays confronting the issue of gun violence. Now, these plays are being presented in communities like yours all across the country, with the goal that they not only spark critical conversations about gun violence, but also inspire meaningful action. I am in awe of the depth of insight, courage, and creativity of this year's young writers, and I know you will be too, so thank you for joining us. And a special thank you to our sponsors for their constant support: Change the Ref, the Dramatists Guild of America, Playscripts and Broadway Licensing, and the Kennedy Center. And thank you to our national action partners at Team Enough. And now, a special message in honor of our nationwide reading.
Hi, I'm Lynn Nottage, and I'm a playwright and an educator, and I so appreciate the work that you're doing. Storytelling can be an immensely powerful tool. It can be used to cut through the resistance our culture has to positive change. Storytelling can give voice to our rage. It can help us process our frustration with the fact that not enough is being done to end gun violence in our culture. Storytelling can also help us confront our disappointment, our despair that too often complacency has become our default. It can also give us a pathway to healing. Your plays really do provide an opportunity to speak up and speak out about violence in our culture. And again, I so appreciate and celebrate your role as storytellers, because now more than ever, it is so, so vital.
Look, every play of the nearly 600 we've received since this initiative began has been written by a young person, a passionate, creative, and frustrated young person who has turned to writing and theater under threat of being reduced to just another statistic. But gun violence isn't about statistics. As these plays are about to show you, it's about people. It's about voices forever silenced. Our charge is to honor those voices, both the silenced voices and the voices of our young people writing, dreaming, and creating for so many who can't. So let's honor them, not just by listening to these stories, but by inviting them to fuel the action that we take next. And finally, a look at the larger movement you're a part of.
Rochester, Michigan.
Up Darby,
Virginia.
Motivated,
inspired,
touched,
Provoked,
hopeful, uncomfortable,
persuaded,
Engaged.
empowered.
Angry enough to stand up to the legislators and demand change.
Gun violence is an important issue to me because how it affects my community, the Black community.
As a father, I am sick and tired of seeing kids killed every single day in this country.
I lost my mother almost 11 years ago in the tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary.
I lost a student to gun violence.
I've seen so many things happen to people growing up, and I don't know how much more of it I can take.
I believe in theater with a purpose.
Theater can be an effective way to make social change.
I use my art to make a difference.
Because I have younger siblings that are currently going through the school system, and I don't want anything in these plays to ever happen to them.
I hope audiences leave inspired to do at least one act of activism.
Really think about their own responsibility.
I hope these messages inspire the community to work harder to protect its citizens.
I want children to live a full life without being ended by a gun.
Enough! See our pictures in the papers. Bullets take away our futures. Change is coming with our anger. And we're never going back, no.
Here to stay is the motto.
And we will be heard. Why have we made this part of our history? When did it get so hard to just breathe?
Don't look away.
Hello, America! We're back.
Just like last year.
And the year before that. Not us specifically. We're different actors. Telling different stories.
Written by different teams. You might be different too. Different year, different you.
But we're all here because something's still the same. America is a disorderly house.
We're stuck in a mess and no one agrees on how to put things right.
A mess we inherited. The ones that still aren't to fix.
We're here for the third year to think about how.
By listening to 6 voices.
6 brilliant young voices.
Trying to build forward a world where there are no crossbreed weapons.
Just crossbreed people.
But we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Not there yet.
And the matter at hand is simple and serious.
Gun violence is out of control. In our schools.
In our homes. Everywhere we look. And we can't trust the smiles behind your thoughts and prayers.
Because nothing seems to change.
So we're bringing it all to the stage.
Our streets.
Our schools.
Our homes.
This is not a call for help.
This is a call to action.
Because when lightning strikes, you can't be ready.
You'll never be ready.
You'll never be ready.
It's time to change the story, America. But first, we have to hear it.
We're up here ready to act. Are you?
Are you ready?
Are you ready to listen?
Are you ready to say
Enough!
Just listen for...
A Call for Help by Pepper Fox. Lights up on a 911 call center. There are 3 desks, each with their own dispatcher. Brian, Ronnie, and Bill. Brian has rolled his chair up to Ronnie's desk. Bill is minding his own business, trying not to get involved. Their headsets are around their necks.
No, because she was absolutely insane, and I never would have expected it. I mean, she texted me like 4 times in the span of a single hour.
Yeah, dude, 4 is a big number.
No, man,
I bet she was.
I swear, she was practically begging for me to buy her a second drink, and I was just like, sorry, nah, girl, I got places to be. And she was like, flipped out, like, She was feeling me, and I just had to leave her.
But why? I mean, she seemed like a nice enough girl and was into you.
Come on, man. Why would I waste my perfectly good money on, like, a drink for a crazy lady when I could have just gone home and watched the game?
Fair.
Yeah. So, Bill, how's the missus?
Oh, yeah, she's good. The kids can be a handful, but she's great with them. And being able to balance work.
Oh, yeah, has she finished school yet?
Last year.
Oh, wow, that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny, Jesus, I'm so glad you know to care so much.
Shut up, I bet you don't even know her name.
I know her name. So how's she doing?
Eleanor just got hired as a vice principal down the street.
See, Eleanor just got hired as a vice principal down the street. I knew that. That's great.
We're excited about it.
She is such a character. You remember that dress she wore to the staff party? Like, total middle school principal vibes.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
You know, we really need to fix the way that you talk about women, Brian. It's been a long time coming, and as a feminist, I think I am failing the world by not putting you in check.
Oh, please, I am way more of a feminist than you. I love women. You don't even care about the world. Besides, you're practically a dude. I've heard the way you treat your little boyfriends. Yeah, boyfriends, as in plural.
Okay. Never categorize me with you, idiot. And I would never cheat. I am not dating anyone. Women are better than you at work and in relationships. It's just time you admit it.
You are playing a dangerous game. You don't want to make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Brian, I don't like you, period.
Brian starts throwing little trinkets from his desk.
Okay, you two, come on now. It can't be playtime 24/7.
Oh, come on, Dad. It's like Sunday at, 4 p.m.? Not necessarily prime o'clock.
Bill goes back to his computer, putting his headset on.
Jeez, jerk off, be nice to him. You know he takes that shit personally. He's a sensitive guy.
I know, but it's not necessarily
A ringing comes in from Brian's computer. Brian immediately puts on his headset.
911, what's your emergency?
Lights up on Cameron, a 12-year-old boy, holding a phone as he paces back and forth.
It's Nick. I was just playing around. He said it wasn't loaded.
Okay, try to calm down for me. What's your name?
Cameron, but please, he's not moving. My mom isn't home and she's not answering. I don't know what to do.
Deep breath, Cameron. Are you able to run me through what just happened?
It went off. The gun, it went off, and Nick, my friend, he's not answering me. He breathed! He's not dead! Oh my god, please send someone right now, sir, please!
I'm sending people to their house right now, kiddo, I promise. I need you to run me through what happened so it can help us, it'll assist us in helping him get better.
We always do stuff like this. Like, joke around, I guess.
Playing games together?
Yeah, exactly, except this time, I don't know why, but I reached for the gun cabinet. My dad never really keeps it locked. I thought it would be funny.
Okay, so you accidentally shot your friend?
Yeah, Dad said, I swear, he said he didn't keep it loaded. A safety precaution or something.
I understand. Where did he get wounded?
It's like right by his left shoulder, but really up high, kind of neck area.
Okay, is the injury
There's so
deep?
much blood. Oh my god, please.
One more question. Cameron, stay with me. How long ago was the accident?
Only like a minute.
Good job. Okay, I'm gonna ask you some questions, just to keep your mind off of everything. I just need you to stay calm and answer me quietly, okay?
Okay.
Now, my name is Brian. How old are you, Cameron?
11. No, 12 now.
Oh, really? Wow, you're getting pretty grown up. When was your birthday?
Yesterday, actually.
What? Wow. What did you get?
My dad got me this big Lego set. It has Hogwarts and all the characters from Harry Potter and everything.
Another ring is heard.
911, what's your emergency?
Lights up on Sierra, holding a phone and pacing back and forth.
I don't want to do this anymore.
I'm sorry, could you please clearly state the nature of your emergency?
My mom said it's a passing phase, that everyone kind of feels like this sometimes, but that is such complete and utter bullshit. I mean, she has no idea what it's like to live in my head. It's so aggravating. I don't understand.
Ma'am, I need to know what is happening in order to help you.
I'm gonna kill myself.
A unit is on the way to you right now, sweetie. You just stay calm and talk to me, okay? What's your name?
My name's Sierra. Oh, Sierra Draffin.
Hi. It's nice to meet you, Sarah Draffin. I'm Ronnie Moore. Where do you go to school?
I'm a senior now at East High School. I know it's pretty shit.
Not at all. I have a niece who goes there. She likes it all right, I believe.
She's definitely not in my friend group then, because she would want to drop dead too. Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm always moving in a fucking circle.
What do you mean by circle? Is your mom home, or is anyone else in the house with you right now that you can go to, or that we can contact?
No, my mom is a night nurse and my dad is deployed. Military, I'm not sure where he is. We haven't really heard from him in a few months.
Wow. My father was a Marine. I understand how it feels to be away from your dad for that long. I'm sorry.
It's just dumb, you know? Like, how am I expected to grow up to be a normal, functioning human when I have no idea how to cope with everything happening? I just feel like a fucking joke. Do you know how pathetic it feels to say I got taken down by things everyone deals with? I'm like some sort of failure at this point. It's humiliating.
I completely understand you, Sarah, and you are not a failure. I need you to stay on the line with me. The people who can help you are just a couple of minutes away. Do you have any siblings?
Another ringing.
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello, ma'am. Can you state your emergency?
Please send someone to the Highland Hotel on the corner of 6th and 43rd. Someone has a gun in the building. I don't know how they got it in here, but I heard a shot downstairs and I think someone got hurt.
Multiple units are on the way to you now. I need you to stay calm and stay where you are. Officers will get to you as soon as possible. Which floor of the building are you on, ma'am?
The 4th.
Okay, I need you to stay in your room and lock the doors.
I have kids in the room, and they've never been in this situation before. They're so scared.
I understand. I'll ask you some questions, and we can stay on the line until the police arrive. That will help calm your children. Just stay with me.
Yes, sir, thank you.
I guess we always kind of want what we don't
Staying in
have,
this hotel
huh?
For now, ma'am.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, just stay with me. What's your favorite animal? Okay, what pet would you pick if you could choose any animal in the world?
Like,
we have family here.
I'm not really sure. I mean, I've always thought monkeys were super cool, but I don't think they'd make the best pets.
Completely understand.
I already have enough
What grades
inconvenience
are
in
your
my
children
life.
My youngest is officially in first grade now. He just
Just
had his kindergarten graduation.
What the hell? That's
last
so
spring.
random. How come?
I remember when my kids
Maybe you
were
guys can build this together, which is better.
as they say.
Hey, I'm good with Legos too. You just asked my nephew. Huh?
I can't wait to see where
Yeah,
it's going.
I guess that could be fun.
I'm sure they will be.
Oh my God! There was another shot.
Are they gonna take me away?
Someone's screaming and it sounds like it's right outside the door.
Ma'am, I need to get you and your children in the bathroom right now.
Okay, they're
and
only
lock
about a
the
minute
doors.
away. Stay with me.
I could try, but they sound really hurt. I feel like I should help. I'm scared.
Hello? Sierra, can you hear me?
Martha? Ma'am, can you
buddy,
hear me?
you there? Can you hear me?
Help is
Huh?
on the
They're
way.
on their way.
Just hold on, okay?
Okay? Stay with me.
End of play.
No Prospering Weapons by Justin Cameron Washington. Characters: Isaiah, an up-and-coming artist. Smith Wesson, a downfalling man. Setting: the gray area. Lights up on the gray area, the area that always exists between black and white. Everything that exists in this world is a shade of gray. Two chairs sit facing each other. Up-and-coming enters carrying a single rose in his hand and takes the empty seat on the right. He gazes at the audience. Down and Falling enters and sits in the other seat. Up-and-coming shifts his gaze to Down and Falling, but Down and Falling refuses to meet it.
Look at me. You couldn't even look at me.
I couldn't even look at myself. I still can't.
You still have that blessing, I see. I've never wanted to change the world. I fear it, actually. I pick up a pen to pass my passions to a pad. I experiment with lyrics, hooks, and beats like a young scientist in the lab. Soon enough, after a few miniature, immature mixtapes, I gain appeal from the students I strut the halls with, which shortly spills into the soon-to-be delinquents who sneak from street to street. I finally realized my precarious purpose is producing a perfect pitch. Mama always tells me, baby, action is a boomerang. You throw it in, it comes back to smack you in the face. You get what you give the world. At times, I give it my peace. Others my pain. I guess the bad outweighs the good.
You have the choice between bad and good? I mean, technically everyone does. Mine is just a little blurrier. I swipe up a mask so I can move without leaving evidence. I catch the attention of girls on social media who never even looked my direction, which soon leads to street military seeking my recruitment. As a boy, my pops would instruct me a man who loses battle has no right to rest, so
I do what every man of age I know in my life does.
I run the streets.
Obtaining protection. Protection the world frowned upon.
Protection to help me win the battle.
To be able to rest at night.
But this protection comes with terms and conditions.
I've never lived life by terms and conditions. I do as I please, regardless of the perspection. I mean, who doesn't love me? But in my race to acquire love, I actually attract hate. Eyes jolt at my glistening neckwear as I walk my old block. Ears open to clicking cameras catching my presence. Noses flares open as the scent of the freshly produced ATM money reeks from my designer clothes. Mouths drop as my grilled cheeses transform to grilled line teeth. Hands reach out to me desperately as my dirty nails file down to colorful rings and watches. Even years of my premature poverty, never one time did I stress because I knew I had it. I was up and coming.
I wish I read my terms and conditions. Fists fly as I tumble to the ground. Lips stay shut in as I make an oath to my crew. Nostrils pinch at the cooking of illegal substances. Eardrums ring at the banging of weapons as I toss and turn on the bedroom floor, then
eyes
lock onto you.
Onto you.
When I see you walk down the street wearing my wants.
When I see you wearing the desperation I want to escape from.
You couldn't even look at me. I was taught to take. In this world that gives you nothing, you're forced to take. But in my battle to finesse possessions, my sympathy grows poor. I have dreams full of desire, but a frown is far from needed because I know I'm gonna have it. I have to have it. If I'm going to escape the down and falling, you are gonna give it to me.
After late Saturday nights in the studio, living through the devil, I rise Sunday morning, impersonating a funeral in a black fitted suit. To worship God and please my family, I see my creator often. It's been a 24-karat diamond cross I link on my chest. I leave those in the car as I enter the church. I unwrap the rubber band off my sack of money and drop it in the offering plate. Other worshipers look at my family in shock. My father glares at me in shame. I guess Jesus isn't a fan of hundreds. Pastor pulls me aside after service as my kin rushes down the aisle with the others. He says to me, no weapon that is fashioned against you shall prosper, and you shall confute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord and their vindication from me, says the Lord. Isaiah 54:17. He stares into my soul, attempting to convey that this verse he has laid on the fading red carpet is deeper than any verse I've laid on 808 heavy beats. He must have seen my music video, which had just hit 1 million views, where my gang weighed pieces of steel like handymen. Or heard my hit song blast from speakers on block corners, where kids tucked their pinky and ring finger to their palms, connected the index and middle, and poked thumbs up to the sky. It goes with the lyrics, I guess. It sure gets the job done. I reach into my pocket and I brush against the hugger of my hot iron. Pastor analyzes the lump on my side as if it's a cancerous tumor plaguing our community, as if I'm that cancer, for glorifying the very item that shot through my videos, that boomed on the block, that popped into my hip, glorifying the exact same reason that my talk with the pastor will be the closest I ever get with God until
I see you in the dusk of Saturday. I spend the night in the parking lot scoping out the studio in which you sit. Satan creeps through my pupils as I gaze at you entering and exit. After memorizing the address and analyzing the valuables, I arrive back to my humble abode where my mattress waits for me on the peeling floor. I have never owned my own sanctuary. I can't remember a time I've ever had sufficient funds for anything but a cup of noodles. Corner stores know me for being a frequent shoplifter. City bus drivers recognize my face as a common sneaking passenger. And soon enough, the police station labels me your petty thief. That night, I can only digest my own hunger before slumber, so I attempt to rest. But every time I lock my lids, I see demons providing motivation, who masquerade as my little baby girl, telling me she's hungry and she needs to be fed. As she does so, the Bonnie to my Clyde grabs my chin and leads it to hers. Peck. Remember, in and out, one and done, nothing to worry about. You got mouths to feed the same way he do.
When the moon and the sun cross paths, so do me and my youngin'. I pull into the residence in which my baby stays. We're just gonna ride around. I just wanna see him, hear him, feel his innocence in this mature world I operate in. But he's in fact not a baby anymore. His miniature silhouette drops lower and lower as he hops down the porch. The immediate thought of music jumps in my mind as I recall I need to turn my album into my label in the morning. I still have to record the outro. The pressure of paid art. My pupils' bills get paid with this playful poetry I participate in. I remember being his age and already wanting things, and I knew the extent I would go to get it. I want him motivated, but not hungry. I send a text to the guys and producer and let them know we have to hit the studio tonight. My door slams open and shut, quickly, and my instincts is reach for my hip. I'm tripping. It's just my son. Now I tell him, relax on my damn door. We share a laugh. Sorry, Dad, he says through high-pitched laughter. I don't see him well as I begin to pull off. I tell him he's a big boy now and he can come sit in the front seat if he desires. Without a second's pause, I hear the seatbelt click and the swing of a shoe rocks me in the face. I laugh. I got too much to worry about to be upset. As we exchange more laughter, I spot bruises spotted on his body like leopard print. I squinted, my eyes at my seat, and he knows why I do so. A little fight, he says. I fought back though, Dad. He speaks with conviction. I have nothing motivational to say. I repay my blood in the best way I know how as I reach in my pocket and hand him a stack. Here, little man, I whisper, you give this to your mama, but this for you, all right? I glance at the house as I see a figure rocking a robe and bondage shake their head. Okay, Daddy, he shouts with a grin on his face. And remember, always fight back, he flexes, and throws a few infantile blows at me before he shuts the door. I begin to put the studio location in my GPS. Under my breath, I repeat my legacy's words, always fight back.
Up and Coming uses the single rose in his hand and repurposes it to a microphone.
Drop my son off, didn't know it'd be the last. Spent my whole life trying to move through the low and the high class. Opposition look over here and all they see is greener grass. Wasn't speeding down the street, but I was moving kind of fast. Plotting on the next one like this one could use a little brass.
I grab my make sure I tie my hoodie past my mask, take a grip of the bottle, liquid courage leaves the glass. Finally make it to your spot, ease my foot up off the gas, put the car in park, dreaming what I'm gonna do with all this cash.
Finally make it to the stew, know what it's time to do. Make my way up to the mic as I dab up on my crew. Produce a cue beat as the 808s bank through our shoes. Some of the gang leave out. They're talking about getting some food. but I don't really think of nothing, as there's a die-down of the mood.
Your guys leave out, ooh, this is gonna change how I move. I could really do as I please. Who's even gonna be there to shh? Gonna make this real simple. He got money, he'll recoup.
Up and Coming quickly shoots out of his chair with urgency and purpose.
Hear someone bang through the front door. Hear the producer run off. Got me thinking, what's the noise for? Praying to God I didn't get backdoored. Slide around the corner as I grab my hip, but I trip over a computer gourd. I look up, see a shh. My heart's tore. You say, all right, big bro, get up. Let's make this easy breezy. I need my table fed, and right now you're about to feed me. I unclench my hand from my hip, defeated.
Tell you to arise and slide over. Please be seated. Take the valuables off. I instruct. Eyes begin pleading.
Blinked a few times to make sure I see what I'm seeing. You shrink for my jewels, but my fingers get to clinging.
His fingers get to clinging.
I ponder as we battle, get to thinking what's the reason. The stuff on my frame really carries such a meaning. I fall back as lights beam.
Up and Coming takes a seat in defeat. He has been shot.
My pride slowly gets to bleeding. My hard work gets to peeling. How can he be such a heathen? Gasping for air, oxygen, fiending. You jolt away from the scene as your eyes scurry from reading.
I head for the door. The last 3 minutes got me reeling. How can we do something so permanent, such a temporary meeting?
I see a shadow disappearing. God, come on, the devil's cheating. My vision starts fading as the instrumental gets to beating. I slowly mumble under my breath. No weapons formed against me. I promised son I'd always fight back. Wondering at what point did we pick up machinery and let our fists lack. See, a scrape you'll rise from, but grown folk toys will leave you in a sack. Came in the game to attack. I flowed on all these songs, but I still somehow got off track. My worst fear was my mom's having to take the stage alone to take my diamond plaque. Mama, 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 we killing for the ego. It's not even about snacks and racks. Got more to say, more to do. Please don't let my life fade to.
Sudden blackout. Lights come up. Down and Falling is now alone on stage. Up and Coming seat is now covered in roses and accomplishments.
I arrive back in my hood where my daughter rests her head before school. I cut around the back and playfully knock on her window and avoid her mother. She knows the deal as she gracefully slides the window open, my queen. She had told me proudly she had been in Bible study and she had been learning a ton. I asked her to tell me her favorite verse. Isaiah 54:17, she says to me, no weapon that is fashioned against you shall prosper, and you shall confute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. I can't look her in the eyes. I give her a hug, squinting at her pink and baby blue carpet, and head out the same way I entered, heavy pockets and an empty soul. My old man told me to never back down from battle. But as my envy grew, I thought my battle was with you, when it really was my poor self. You fought back. I just didn't fight fair. Your people still released the album. That little brass made it a classic. I'm sorry I knew so well what to do. I'm sorry your crew got one less person to give a damn. I'm sorry I took you away from your son. I'm sorry my little girl didn't tell me her favorite Bible verse sooner. I'm sorry I caused a die down in the mood. I'm sorry the back door was the only way for you to go. I'm sorry the producer didn't leave with his computer cords. I'm sorry I demanded you to feed my table. I'm sorry I made you feel like some chains were more important than you. I'm sorry I couldn't even look at you. There is no good side of a gun to be on. Back, side, front, whatever position you catch it, it'll change your life forever. I felt my life be taken looking at the back of it. And I'm sorry I took your life using the front. But I could never kill you. You had a bulletproof vest on your influence. Action is a boomerang that comes back to smack you in the face.
Down and Falling walks over to Up and Coming's chair and picks up a single rose.
And one day, I would get what some people call justice and see the same side of the gun you had to. But in this mature world we operate in, there is no justice. No battles to be run, no rest to be had, no up and coming, no down and falling, no black, no white, only gray. And I'm still sorry.
Down and Falling places the single rose on his chair and leaves. Lights fade on the two memorials. End of play.
The Matter at Hand by Valentine Wolfe. Claudette Letette has been the principal for as long as anyone can remember. Her walkie-talkie is loud. Her lanyard is jingly. She can't figure out how to turn the projector on. 90% of school funding goes toward her ineffectual anti-bullying campaign. Yanko Kostic has been after Letette's job for years. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like she plans on retiring anytime soon. So until then, Kostic is stuck doing all the work Letette doesn't do. Underpaid, jaded, and lonely, Kostic is at his wit's end. Cesar Mendoza's bad toupee and questionable wardrobe choices are a hit with students. None of his essay assignments have a minimum word limit because, in his words,
the only thing they limit is your creativity.
Lights up on a small principal's office. A desk sits center stage and a potted plant sits upstage by an old radiator. There's a jar of dum-dums on the desk. Principal Claudette Letette, wearing a pink skirt suit and a smiley face pin on her lanyard, sits across from Vice Principal Yanko Kostic, a dark-haired man in a beige plaid suit.
See, Yanko, your problem is that you're stuck in a fixed mindset when you need to open your mind and embrace a growth mindset. All you're focusing on here is the negative. Sitting around wishing you had things you don't have is only setting yourself up for failure.
Claudette, I really need a salary increase.
The radiator clangs and whines in the background.
Shh! Do you hear that? That's the sound of a fixed mindset.
It's the sound of the broken furnace.
I need you to ask yourself why it's broken, Yanko.
Because we can't afford to fix it.
Can we focus on the matter at hand here?
My salary.
The matter at hand before you started being a negative Nelly.
I'm just saying, I've been vice principal for 10 years. I've done 85% of the paperwork to keep the school running.
Then let's keep that streak going.
She sets a tower of papers in front of him.
So, these are the receipts from the PTA bake sale. These are proposals for a new school mascot. These are letters objecting to changing the mascot. These are permission slips that parents mailed in. These are checks for the field trip. And these are letters from parents, I think, expressing concern about the bomb threat last year.
Which one?
All of them. So, I'm gonna have you sort through these, staple the checks to the respective permission slips, and throw away the parent letters. Sound good?
Instead of throwing away the letters, shouldn't we just read them and respond to them?
If you have time to do that, be my guest.
Kostic weighs his options between a mountain of parent letters and another mountain of paperwork.
Can we at least recycle them?
Now you're thinking. Go green! Yay!
Kostic dumps the stack of letters into the recycling bin.
Now, the matter at hand. You know what this week is?
Vice Principal Costa gets a raise week?
It's School Kindness Week. Let's not bring this attitude to School Kindness Week. I really think it's going to work better this year. If the kids feel more involved, they'll be more inspired to contribute to an atmosphere of kindness.
I'm going to be truly shocked if there's a single good slogan in any of those submission boxes.
Fixed mindset.
Sorry.
Here, have a dum-dum.
She offers him a dum-dum from the jar on her desk. He reluctantly takes one. A knock at the door. Cesar Mendoza enters the office wearing a bad toupee and a shirt that says Beer O'Clock. He carries a file folder and a box of cupcakes.
Mr. Mendoza, how's it going? Have a dum-dum.
He takes a dum-dum.
Great, man. My 6th period class has free time, which means I get my Mendoza time. I ran out and got cupcakes if anyone wants some.
I feel like your student gets a lot of free time.
I'm encouraging independent thinking. That's why none of my essays have word limits, man. The only thing they limit is your creativity. Speaking of creativity.
What's in the folder?
The student slogan submissions for School Kindness Week. There's some good ones in here. Topics include anti-bullying, discouraging drugs, positive thinking, and school shootings. So stopping them. We want to stop them. You know, I think we also need to reward the kids for stepping up to make the school a better place.
Well, last year, they got rewarded with a bomb threat. On the first day of School Kindness Week, which I think is a great indicator of how the whole effect of the thing is.
Maybe we should give them cupcakes, or a pizza party, or a pizza and cupcake party. We can keep track of different students' kindness scores, and the class with the most points wins the cupcake/pizza party.
We don't don't have the money to buy the children pizza and cupcakes for being kind.
That's what the PTA is for.
Maybe we should go back hitting them with yardsticks when they're not kind.
Well, that's not setting a very good example, is it?
Yanko, you can go around sitting in on different classes and making tallies for each kid when they do something kind. Then at the end of the year, we can add up which class has the most.
I don't have time to go around to every classroom making sure the children are being kind.
That's right. Yanko doesn't have time to go around to every classroom making sure the children are being kind.
Maybe I would if I didn't do all your goddamn paperwork.
Language. It's School Kindness Week, for crying out loud.
Okay, then maybe we can assign various students to be kindness officers. Go around
Oh, I like that.
and hand out dum-dums to kids who they see are being kind.
Oh, and they can have little uniforms.
We can give them armbands with smiley faces on them.
I don't think we should do that.
You're right. Then the kids will start sucking up to the kindness officers and only being kind in front of them.
Yes, Caesar. That's the reason we shouldn't have kids in uniforms and armbands patrolling the hallway.
Okay, you know what? Let's take things one step at a time, starting with the slogans.
Lettet, Kostich, and Mendoza sort through the stack of student-submitted slogans.
Meanies are weenies. Oh, I like that one. Less gun, more fun. This campaign is stupid. Interesting. The only AKs in the school are awesome kids. That's a good one.
Use your voice to make the right choice. And an obscene drawing, another obscene drawing, Principal Lettet sucks, accompanied by an obscene drawing of Claudette.
Mendoza snatches the drawing. Lettet snatches it from him.
Does my chin really look like that?
I don't think that's supposed to be your chin.
Oh, Jesus.
I hate this school. You're stupid with the "your" spelled wrong. Oh, here's a good one. Vice Principal Yanko Kostich looks like he cries into a glass of wine every night.
Kostich's wife left him for a foot model and took his dog. How do they know these things?
Your wife left you for a foot model?
His feet aren't that nice.
How do you know what his feet look like?
I don't want to talk about it. How do they know about my wife?
Oh, I told my third period English class.
Why would you tell them that?
Can we please focus on the matter at hand here?
How would you like it if I came into your classroom and told all your students that you never grew above 5'6"? How would that make you feel?
I'm 5'10".
Yeah, and your special shoes.
I don't have special shoes. I have normal shoes.
Kostich picks up his walkie-talkie. Muffled noise from the other line.
Oh, God.
What is it?
Derek Double has a gun. Also, Joel and his friends tried to snort craft glitter in the third floor bathroom again. This is not as important. I think he does need some medical attention, though. Lockdown, lockdown, this is not a drill.
I actually am 5'10".
What are your special shoes?
I don't have special shoes.
Mendoza steps behind the desk to hide his shoes. He awkwardly exits around the desk, leaving Lettet alone. She looks down at the posters.
The only AR you should bring to school is academic responsibility. Oh, I like that one.
Put the gun down, Derek. This is not acceptable behavior for School Kindness Week.
Lettet leisurely shelters herself somewhere in the room, under the desk, in the corner, against the wall. Ask your kids. They'll know where. And continues to flip through the posters as she enjoys a dum-dum. The radiator wheezes again, accompanied by a troubling grinding sound. Maybe some smoke drifts out. The sounds of the shooting rise above the radiator. Gunfire, screaming, sobbing, sirens, fade to black. Lights up. Next year, Lettet sits at her desk opposite Kostich. She's carrying an Uzi and has a holstered Glock. Kostich is wearing a Kevlar vest and carrying a semi-auto rifle.
So, about the race.
Rap at the door. Mendoza enters, decked out like Kubrick's Animal Mother with twin bandoliers and a grenade launcher over his shoulder. The beer o'clock is painted on his helmet.
Hey, you wanted to see me?
Look, everybody. New year, new Claudette. Notice anything new?
The Glock?
The Uzi?
Lettet tosses her hair.
New highlights. L'Oreal High Lift Blonde.
She tosses her hair again. Mendoza peers down the barrel of his grenade launcher. He has no idea how to operate this thing.
Can we focus on the matter at hand?
Right. So, given the events of last school year, this year, instead of School Kindness Week, I'm thinking we should maybe go for School Kindness Month.
The radiator acts up again. This time, instead of wheezing, the radiator is now clanging and screeching. The radiator begins to shake like it's about to rip off the wall and explode. Then,
Dum-dums?
blackout. End of play.
Lightning Strike by Amanda Fagan. Characters: Hallie, a nondescript woman. She is the American youth. Setting: a classroom in every city, in every state, United States of America. Lights up on a classroom in disarray. Turned over chairs and desks, books strewn about the floor. There's a Hydro Flask water bottle somewhere in the chaos. Hallie, a 17-year-old girl, is seated on the only upright chair.
I experienced my first active shooter drill in January of 2013. Our teacher ushered us into the corner of the room and urged us to be quiet. She told us we were practicing in case an angry parent or a bear was in the hallways. And I bought it. I was 7, and I didn't watch the news. I didn't know what had happened, and I didn't know how it could affect me. The world wasn't allowed to be cruel to me yet. I'm older now. I know exactly what we were hiding from in January of 2013. I also know that the chances of experiencing a school shooting are infinitesimal. You're more likely to be struck by lightning than to die in a school shooting.
She stands slowly.
I've never been struck by lightning, yet I am now what they call a survivor. My classmates are leaving the school in body bags, and I stay in here, a survivor. My hands are shaking and I can't make them stop because I'm a survivor and Asa still hasn't answered my text. Asa hasn't answered my text. But that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. Asa is fine because he has to be, because I don't know what I'm going to do if he isn't.
She holds out her phone, silently praying for a notification that will never come.
The headlines say 16 dead. It used to be 12. It'll go up again. I can still see their faces. Mr. Phipps was the first. Of course he was the first. He was the closest to the door, and I was right there. I standing right beside him holding it.
She spots the Hydro Flask and picks it up.
Holding a Hydro Flask. You know, I used to joke with my friends that you could kill someone with this thing. So why didn't I? I was right there. I could have thrown it. I could have been the hero. Everyone says that they're going to be the hero up until the moment that they have to do it. Then they just hide under the teacher's desk and listen to the sounds of their classmates being slaughtered. That's why I'm here. That's why I made it, because I'm a coward.
She sits back in the same chair.
Asa still hasn't answered my texts.
Lights fade. While the lights are down, a voice reads out a headline. Death toll of Benjamin Harrison High School shooting rises to 22. Lights back up on Hallie. It has been several weeks since the shooting. The classroom remains perhaps even messier than before. Hallie writes a chair and sits in it.
Asa died this morning. The doctors declared him brain dead last week. His family decided to pull the plug. I hoped he was okay, but I knew better. Most people don't survive being shot in the head.
She takes her phone out.
Asa still hasn't answered my texts.
She stares at her phone for a moment, as if expecting Asa might finally text her back.
I still don't know what's worse. The shock of what happened or the ache of what never will. It's been 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks, and I haven't managed to get out of here. Everywhere I go, I'm still stuck here in this classroom, hiding underneath Mr. Phipp's desk. We're supposed to go back to school tomorrow. Can you believe that? I don't know how I'm supposed to walk back into this building and pretend nothing happened. I don't know how I'm supposed to get out of this. I don't know how I'm supposed to do anything.
Lights down. Another headline. It's been 10 years since a shooting at Benjamin Harrison High School claimed 22 lives. What has changed? When the lights come up, it has now been 10 years. Hallie is 27. She is wearing a graduation cap and holding a diploma.
Well, today's the day. I'm finally graduating from college.
She moves the tassel on her cap to the left side. Then she pins the diploma on the whiteboard. She writes an overturned chair and sits in it.
Woo! I did it. I'm a college graduate. Sure, maybe it took me 5 more years than the average person, but I did it. I'm here. I'm still here. I still remember it all just like it was yesterday. This is where Ethan's body was. And this is where Delia tried to hide, and of course, here was Mr. Phipps. And me. What am I doing? I'm graduating. I should be celebrating. I made it through college. I should be proud of myself. Yet here I am, always stuck in this godforsaken classroom. I want out. I want to move on like everyone else has. Is that really too much to ask? Is it?
No one answers. Hallie continues to wait anyway. Finally, she gives up and sits on the floor in the middle of the chaos.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I just get so angry sometimes. It's never been like this before. It's been 10 years. Shouldn't I be past this by now? Or am I just destined to spend the rest of my life stuck on 17 forever?
Hallie considers this for a moment. When she speaks again, the anger is gone from her voice. She fixes a few chairs, replaces them at their desks.
Yet somehow, I've been able to return to normality, with the ghosts of the dead watching what I made of the life they were denied. I've got a boyfriend, a roommate, a nice apartment, a degree in computer science. I used to want to be an actor, but I was a stupid kid with stupider dreams, so I went with computer science instead. That's pretty good, right? Except Ethan was an amazing artist. And Delia had such a beautiful singing voice, and Asa was supposed to be here. We were always going to graduate college together. We made that plan when we were 6. It's not like him to miss it. I sent him an invitation, but he still hasn't answered my texts.
She looks at her phone for a moment, still waiting for Asa's response.
And then there's me. The only one left. The only one to ever get a degree in anything. I keep telling myself I'm all right, that I'm over everything, That I don't lie awake at night imagining what Ethan or Delia or Asa would be doing if they were here instead of me. They would be making us proud. I'm sure of that. They would be famous and successful and not spending their college graduation thinking about something that happened 10 years ago. But they're not. I am. And I have to make it count. I have to make them proud. Asa would know what to do. Asa would have it all figured out. Maybe Mom is right. Maybe I should see a therapist.
Lights down. Another headline. Shooting reported at Philadelphia High School. 10 dead, 12 injured, developing. Lights up. There is now a wedding photo pinned on the whiteboard. Hallie, 31 now, is holding a newspaper emblazoned with the above headline.
As soon as I read that headline, I was right back in this classroom as if I had never left. I was finally figuring it out. I've been going to therapy twice a week. I was finally in the right headspace to get married. I mean, Elliot is a saint. I don't know how he puts up with me. Everything was going to work out all right. I'd found a good job where I felt like I was really making a difference. I took up writing. I'm trying to write a book about my experience. Maybe if I write it down, it'll get out of my head.
She sits underneath Mr. Phipp's desk.
But everything was fine. I hadn't been in this room for years. And then another shooting happened. It shouldn't be bothering me like this. School shootings happen every day. It's so similar to mine. 22 people shot, 1 teacher dead, and now there's more kids out there just like me. It's been almost 15 years and we are still making more kids just like me. Isn't the saying that lightning never strikes the same place twice? It's March 4th. We are 68 days into the year. There have been 54 school shootings. It never gets better. It never gets better, and I'm tired of pretending that it will. My therapist tells me I shouldn't lose hope, that somehow things will improve. Well, I want to know when. I want to know when things will change. When am I going to stop seeing new headlines about another school shooting? When does it end? Because it has to end, right? We can't keep going on like this. But it will, won't it? This has been going on since 1999 and it hasn't fucking changed.
She grabs a righted chair and throws it, grabs another and kicks it across the room. She continues on her path of destruction until all of the chairs are overturned again. Once she is finished, she sits in the center of the mess, no longer angry, just exhausted and jaded.
At this rate, nothing ever will.
Lights down. Another headline is read. Benjamin Harrison, shooting survivor, publishes memoirs, calls for sweeping gun control reform. Lights up. There is now a picture of a little boy on his first day of school pinned on the whiteboard. Hallie, age 40, spends a few moments looking at it.
My son had his first active shooter drill today. He's 7, the same age as I was. He got off the bus and told me about how exciting it was to hide, how if someone tried to hurt his friends, he would protect them. I thought the same thing when I was his age. We all did. We all thought we'd grow up to be heroes. When I was that age, Asa and I would run around the playground being dragons and wizards and knights, saving all of our friends from evil. My son has his own Asa.
She holds the hydro flask again, cradling it to her chest.
He still doesn't know what happened to me. I probably need to tell him. If he's old enough to be having active shooter drills, he's old enough to know why they're not a game. Sometimes I find myself fearing what my son will think when he finds out, that he'll call me a coward and say that I could have saved them, but that's not what my son thinks. That's what I think. Some part of me will always be stuck on what could have been. The important part is that not all of me is stuck on that anymore. But some piece of me will always be here. The piece that was taken from me. I think they'd be proud of me. My classmates. I think I've done a pretty good job at living for them. I mean, my 40th birthday was last month. I'm getting older. I used to be afraid of that, getting older. But every time my birthday rolls around, all I can think is that it is one more year that my classmates never saw. I'd rather grow old than die young. There's too many people who never get that chance. Every day, I watch my son get on that bus and wonder if today will be that day. Maybe he'll get struck by lightning today.
Hallie holds the hydro flask tighter, takes a deep breath, and writes another chair. Lights down, end of play. A Disorderly House by Sam Lee Victor. Lights up on a college dorm room. It's a double, and it's disgusting. On one side, there's a bed with a psychedelic blanket on it and fairy lights galore. On the other, there's a bed with a navy duvet. This is where Diane is crouched, with a suitcase and an industrial trash bag beside her. Both are half full. She's going through a plastic storage bin, putting its contents into the trash bag. Soon, there's a knock at the door.
It's unlocked.
There's another knock. Diane gets up and opens the door for Jack, who enters carrying 2 cafeteria takeout boxes.
You need the card to open it.
How'd you get in the hall?
They propped open the door. Do all the halls have themes?
I don't know.
It's cool. Rainbows everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot forks.
Just use your hands. What'd you get?
Just whatever was there. Didn't we buy her forks?
I haven't been able to find shit in here. We could sell this.
Okay. When?
Or we could just leave it in the hall. Someone will take it.
Oh, you know, I was in the cafeteria, and there were all these lines everywhere, and this person was helping me. And after they were like, I'm the RA. You know, her, RA. And they were like, you don't have to take everything now. We do it whenever. We paid for the semester.
I don't want to have to come back here. And the roommate would just be looking at it.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, it's an option. I'm gonna wash my hands.
Wait.
Diane hands Jack the empty bin.
You might want to just throw it out. It's broken at the bottom.
They won't care.
Jack leaves, taking the bin with him. Diane turns to the bed, first taking off a stuffed animal. She puts this into the suitcase. Everything else goes into a trash bag. There's soon another knock at the door. Diane opens it.
That bathroom. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's paint all in the sink.
Yep.
And paint. There was also a full Chipotle burrito on the counter. It was half eaten. It was standing. It wasn't lying down. It was like it was saying hello.
Okay.
You know, I thought on a floor like this, they would take care of the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, with a name like Lavender, you'd think they'd keep the bathrooms lavender scented.
Don't say that. The door's open.
Well, it's the name.
I just don't think they call it that.
Well, they should clean their bathrooms, don't you think?
Well, there are actual people who clean it. You want them to clean a communal bathroom?
Throw out the burrito! Or maybe it's supposed to be funny. Is it only clothes and stuff in there?
I don't want to donate it.
Okay.
I mean, you're not supposed to give to the Salvation Army anymore, and he said that the thrift stores around here were really expensive, and that's why he was spending so much money on clothes, so they'd probably only give us like $2.
Yeah, you could put it in the hall too. I'm out there. I met some lavender livers, lavender
Jack.
dwellers. Yeah. Well, yeah. The alliteration makes it.
It sounds like you're.
Yeah, I'm just being funny. Well, they were excited about that bin.
They're excited about classes being canceled.
Well, they were also happy about a free bin.
If we donate the clothes, they won't be free.
That's why if it was in the hall...
You know they canceled half the day yesterday and the whole day today, and then they get the weekend, 3.5 days off.
What, do you think they still should have had class?
No.
Diane jumps onto the bed and takes some of the random crap off the walls. Krispy Kreme hats, Polaroid pictures, and drawings. From them, Jack picks up a drawing of a young girl.
Are these hers? Like by her?
I don't know. Weird, like, to have put up.
What do you mean?
Well, they're not posters, right? It's I mean, with all the posters at home, and then you decorate with a bunch of random crap.
Yeah.
Jack puts the drawing into his pocket. Diane notices, but keeps clearing the wall. Jack glances at one of the trash bags. He slyly sticks his hand in it, pulling out a stuffed animal, then a brightly colored shirt, and then a skirt.
We're not going to have room for more stuff.
What do you mean?
I just don't think the suitcase can fit more. I still have to go through the desk, and she had all those pens that Margot might want.
That's 3 things.
4. You took one of the paintings.
It's just a picture.
And I don't even know how much space we'll have for this stuff at home, because most of his stuff is at home. And I think that stuff is more him than any of this. And I don't want to, like, redecorate his room with random pictures. So, what else are we going to do with them? I'm fine.
Jack puts everything back into the trash bag, but he keeps the drawing. He takes out his phone. Diane turns to the desk.
He still has these scissors from 3rd grade. How do you even get your hands in these?
Diane finds a moleskin notebook coated in stickers and Post-its. Daphne is written prominently on the cover. Diane puts the notebook in the trash bag. Diane looks further in the desk, pulling out a binder that's glittery, camp, and has Daphne, once again, on the cover. Diane opens the binder and finds a collage of outfit combinations. She stares at them.
There's nothing about the guy.
Diane shuts the binder and shoves it into the trash bag. Diane quickly moves to the wardrobe. She opens it and is affronted by a perfectly organized collection of women's clothes. She slams it shut.
Can we switch?
Huh?
Can you keep doing this?
Are you gonna check my work?
No, I just want you to do it.
Are you okay?
Don't worry about the guy. They're going to find him.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd rather him be in jail now instead of
but you're not going to get anywhere by obsessing over it. I think we should switch.
Okay. Where do you want me to start?
Everything needs to be packed, Jack.
But where did you stop?
I didn't do the closet, and I didn't finish the desk.
Did you take the pens for Margot?
Jack, oh my God.
Diane starts packing up the things again.
Wait, no, I got it.
Where's his roommate?
I got it. It's fine. I was just trying
Just do the closet thing. I can do the rest. Just do the closet.
Jack reopens the closet.
What's wrong with this?
Nothing. It's a lot of money that she was spending.
Oh, you want to sell some of it?
No, Jack, just...
Yeah, I got it.
Jack grabs a red dress and puts it in the suitcase. Then he takes another dress, then a third when...
There's not a lot of space in the suitcase.
But we can take out the sweatpants. Why would you put sweatpants?
He wore them every day.
As home clothes.
At least make the dresses different.
They are different.
No, they're not. one of the shirts.
Am I doing it or are you doing it?
You said I could check.
No, I asked if you were checking.
Well, I am, and we have enough clothes. Throw the rest out.
But what about a shirt?
Jack takes one out that's flowy and cropped and beautiful.
I was just thinking we should be taking things that he actually wore.
How do you know he didn't wear this? That she...
I just don't think he was wearing stuff like that every day when it's really cold outside.
Yeah, it's unseasonably warm.
Jack, we're not doing this.
Doing what?
Where's his roommate?
Not here.
Throw the rest out.
I'm...
Please.
Yeah, I'm going to. Thank you. But I really don't think I don't think that she... I think that she had to be wearing all this stuff because there is so much of it.
Have you seen him in that thing?
Well, obviously not.
Right, so he didn't wear this stuff. He wore what I packed.
Really, Diane?
He wore what I packed.
Oh, come on. You know
that. No, you're right. He did wear it. Fine. He wore the dresses and all that stuff, and guess where he is, Jack?
Diane shuts the door.
What?
What? We should probably start taking this stuff out.
Yeah, if you wanna.
Not really. I can.
Prop the door back open. Just put some of it in the hall.
Where's the roommate?
I don't know.
Or I could just take it out. Or I can leave it in the hall room, in the hall for a bit.
Well, don't make the roommate take it out.
I'm not. It was two separate thoughts. You know, Star would totally do it. You know? Anything you need, I'm sorry, but you know, I was there, so she had a friend at the end there, like, oh my God.
I don't know.
Phil never said anything. Never. Once. I would remember the name Star.
Yeah.
Not once. So. Also, like, no wonder Phil was wearing so much of that shit, obviously, when you have a roommate named Star who encourage it.
He was doing it before that.
Oh, yeah, but he wouldn't go outside like that. He wouldn't have gone to a fucking drag bar.
Not a drag bar.
What do you mean, not a drag bar?
It wasn't a drag bar.
It was a drag bar.
No, it was just a gay bar.
Okay, fine. A gay bar. Phil, he's 19 years old.
Well, she was having fun, and she could be herself.
Oh my God, Jack! You sound like a fucking idiot. Never drank. Never wanted to do any of that stuff. Moves in with Star, and is all of a sudden...
It's college.
Oh, not anymore.
Why are you saying it like that?
How am I saying it?
I didn't do anything.
Right. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's... Come on. Pick up the pace.
Diane pushes past Jack and starts yanking things out of the wardrobe.
Diane.
Let's go before Star gets back.
Who cares about Star?
Nobody. That's why he walks around like that.
What are you talking about?
That thing brought him there. That thing told him to dress like a fucking idiot, and then fucking idiots get shot. Men in dresses get shot.
Diane.
Fine. You finish the room.
No. You.
No, you finish the fucking room, because this Fuck this!
Diane crosses to the other side of the room and starts tearing through Star's things, digging.
Diane!
And the faster you finish, the faster he won't see this.
He's gonna come back!
So then we finish so we can leave. Finish it!
No!
Finish it!
No.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Stop going crazy.
I am not crazy. I am not crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. I am not crazy. You're crazy. I am not crazy.
Stop.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. He screams at me about how sad he is, and I scream back at him, and then you're just standing there like nothing is wrong, and like it's all fine, and then he goes to you, and it's all fine, and then I say, sure, okay, why not? I let him be that. You just stand there and say nothing. You say nothing. You just stand there. You just stop.
Our child was a that.
He isn't a that. He isn't that. But he was. He is a was. I used to be. I wasn't. And not anymore. All because he wanted to be a that. And so I decided to teach him a lesson, and you stood there and said nothing and let it. And I let him.
Are you done?
Wow, Jack. Way to fucking go. Congratulations, you outstanding, upstanding motherfucker.
I watched a video about it was about kids, right? Kids who have diseases that are really, really bad. And it said, I mean, the video was about babies, but it said that if you don't celebrate their life, then it's like their life didn't have any meaning. Or if you don't, God, it was something like, it was, if you don't get attached to them, then it's like their life had no meaning. Even if you know that your baby is going to die, you have to get attached. And they're still going to die, but now you know that they didn't die for no reason because you love them. So, you don't know her, you killed her. Well, no, wait. You killed her but you know what I mean. And you're going to kill her again if you put Philip on a gravestone.
That picture won't fit in the suitcase.
Blackout. End of play. The Smiles Behind by Nyara C. Bell. Lights up, middle of the night, around 1 a.m. A rundown park, worn and well-used playground equipment, and basketball courts without nets on the hoops. A single street light serves to light the entire park. Then,
I'm in pursuit of an African-American male in his late teens, proceeding with extreme caution. Suspect is possibly armed.
Kay, an African-American teen, enters. He trips over an abandoned toy in the playground and falls. Officer Jefferson approaches quickly. Kay hastily reaches for the back pocket, unclear for what.
Place your hands where I can see them! Stop what you're doing! Now! Hands up! Now!
Kay continues to reach behind him. Just as hastily as Kay reaches for his back pocket, Officer Jefferson reaches for the gun in his holster and points it at Kay in intention to shoot.
Freeze!
At that moment, everything freezes. Completely. Then, Kay disappears. Officer Jefferson's gun has also disappeared. A young African-American girl, Leigh, comes skipping from the opposite direction Jefferson is looking. Officer Jefferson is still frozen.
Who's it?
What?
You're frozen. So someone had to freeze you, or the game wouldn't make sense.
Listen, sweetheart, I'm not playing a game. I can't move.
I already told you, you're frozen.
Very funny, kid, but where's my gun?
I don't know.
Kid, that is a dangerous weapon. I need you to give me my...
I don't have it. I'm not allowed to touch things like that. And you can't have a gun either. We're playing freeze tag.
Well, how do we stop playing freeze tag?
Well, I can't freeze you. But first, answer my question.
Okay, what is it?
Why was Kay running?
Who?
My brother, Kay. If you weren't playing a game, why were you chasing him?
Well, I
can't unfreeze you if you won't tell me.
Kid,
What's your name?
It's Jefferson.
Nice to meet you, Officer Jefferson.
What's your name, kid?
It's Leigh.
Your name is Leigh and your brother's name is Kay.
Well, Kay is short for Caden. Mine is short for Layla, but everyone calls us Leigh and Kay.
Who's everybody? Your mom and dad?
No, not Mom and Dad.
So who calls you Leigh?
Auntie.
What does your mom call you?
Auntie is my mom.
Oh. Well, does Auntie know you're out this late? Let's get you home, sweetheart. I think Auntie would want you to come home.
Can't.
Layla, unfreeze me right now!
I said no!
You need to go home.
No! I can't leave yet.
Why not?
You're still frozen, and Auntie's worried about Kay.
I really need to get you home. It's too late for kids to be out.
Auntie's worried.
It's really late.
Auntie's really worried.
I've got to get you home, Leigh.
I'm worried too.
I understand, kid, but
Do you have a Kay?
No, I don't know anyone named Kay.
Not an actual Kay. You know, you're not very smart for a police officer. I meant, do you have someone to worry about? Like Auntie worries about Kay.
Yeah, I do.
Who is it?
My son. And if he was out this late, I'd be really worried. So
What's his name?
It's Jason. He's about your age.
Really?
Yeah, he's just a little older than you.
Maybe we could be friends.
I don't know about that.
About what?
I'm not sure you two would be very good friends.
Well, that's a mean thing to say.
No. What I meant to say was that...
Why wouldn't we be friends? Is Jason mean or something?
No, he's very nice.
Then why can't we be friends?
Well, Jason lives very far away.
But don't you live here?
Yes, I do.
I thought you said you were Jason's dad.
I am his dad.
But you don't live with Jason.
No, I don't.
If you don't live with Jason, then who takes care of him? Like Auntie takes care of me.
Jason lives with his mother.
Why don't you live with them? Do you not like Jason?
No, I love my son very much.
Then why don't you live with him? Families are supposed to stay together, no matter what. That's what Auntie always says. Families are like puzzles because they aren't complete without all the pieces.
Is that what she says?
Yes, so that means your puzzle isn't complete.
Oh, it isn't complete.
Nope, it isn't, because you're here and there's somewhere else that's far away. You're the missing piece.
I guess I am.
Don't worry, it's okay to be the missing piece. Mom and Dad are two missing pieces at our house. You know, you never answered my first question.
You've asked so many, I must have forgotten.
Ah. Remember, I can't unfreeze you until you answer that question.
Okay, what was your first question?
You never told me why Kay was running.
I was chasing him.
Why? You weren't the one who was it.
We weren't playing tag.
Then why were you both running?
There was a robbery a few blocks down. Someone was shot. Your brother fit the description of the man who did it.
Okay.
Kay was seen fleeing the scene.
Why did you chase him?
When people run, they are usually guilty.
Usually. Not always.
Kid, I don't know what to tell you. He was just running.
What do you do about the sometimes? What do you do when they run from fear and not guilt? What if Kay ran because he was scared? You had a gun and he didn't. I saw you reaching for it before you froze.
I saw him reaching for a weapon.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you really? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
What did it look like? Did he point it at you?
No.
So how'd you see it?
I thought he had
No,
a
you
weapon.
didn't, Dink. You were scared of what Kay could have done to you. You were scared that he might have had a gun. You were going to shoot my brother because of ifs and maybes, weren't you?
Layla, as an officer of the law, it is my
What
responsibility.
if it was Jason?
What?
You said that Jason was your Kay. So what if it was Jason and not Kay? What if he ran away from someone because he was scared? Would you want someone to throw a gun in his face?
I
Would you want someone to shoot him?
Of course I wouldn't.
Then don't shoot my brother. Please, don't shoot my brother. You can't shoot people because of usuallys. And most of the times, you have to know. You have to. So tell me you won't shoot my brother.
I won't. I swear.
Don't swear. Auntie always says it's bad to swear. And she gets mad when Kay does it.
Then I promise.
Okay. Before I unfreeze you, will you do something for me?
What do you need?
Will you get Kay home safely? He has a really important test in the morning, and he promised to do well. He promised to never break his promises.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll get him home.
Do you swear?
I thought I shouldn't swear.
You can do it just this once. I won't tell.
Then yes, I swear.
Okay. Thanks, Officer Jefferson.
Yeah, kid.
Lay touches Officer Jefferson to unfreeze him. Suddenly, we are back in the moment where Officer Jefferson is reaching for his holster. Both Kay and Officer Jefferson's gun have returned. Lay has vanished. Kay is once again reaching behind himself. This time, instead of pulling his gun, Officer Jefferson keeps one hand on the holster and raises his other hand to defuse the situation.
I didn't do it! It wasn't me! Please don't shoot me! Please! It wasn't me!
Hey, I get it. I get it. I do. I need you to slowly remove your hand from behind your back.
I'm unarmed. My name is Caden. I have my ID if you need it.
Okay. Let's just slow down. I'm Officer Jefferson. Take a deep breath. All right? I'm not gonna hurt you. Just breathe.
Kay takes a breath. Officer Jefferson takes a breath. Then Kay removes his hands from behind his back, Slowly revealing his phone and wallet, Officer Jefferson takes his hand off his holster. He bends down in order to be eye level with Kay.
Thank you. Can you tell me why you were running?
I was at the park when I heard gunshots. I wanted to make sure no one was hurt, so I went towards the sound. But you started chasing me as soon as you saw me, and running was stupid. I know. I'm so sorry, sir. I have SATs in the morning, and I really need to get home. I have to study, and...
The sound of static comes from Officer Jefferson's radio. Then, suspect apprehended. All officers report to previous positions.
You said you had SATs, right? What school are you trying for?
Columbia, sir.
What major?
Political science.
You like politics?
I want to be a congressman one day.
Ah, congressman, eh? Why?
My little sister. She died.
Your sister?
Yeah, she was shot. Ma and I don't live in the best neighborhood, but we still weren't expecting a shootout to happen on the playground.
Oh my God. Was it?
Yeah.
Kay gestures to the small memorial on the park's fence.
That's why I was out so late tonight. I promised Leigh I'd do well on my SATs. I guess I wanted her to wish me luck.
I've got a feeling she's wishing you all the luck in the world.
Yeah, I hope so too.
And I'm pretty sure she'd want you to get home safe just as much as she'd want you to pass the SAT.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Let me get you home then, all right?
Yeah, all right.
Officer Jefferson extends his hand out to Kay and helps him stand. As they exit, Officer Jefferson takes one last glance at Leigh's memorial.
I swear.
Officer Jefferson exits the park. Lights hold on the small memorial for a moment before fading to black. End of play.
Six voices
from 26 mouths.
To all ears in the theater.
Hoping this time it will finally be
Enough!
Nyara C. Bell.
Amanda Fagan.
Pepper Fox.
Sam Lee Victor.
Justin Cameron Washington.
Valentine Woe. Our young leaders are trying to tell us something, and they are not alone.
He's still our dad.
The drill by
American Requiem by Dante DeCio.
There are 75 million children and teens in the United States, more than a fifth of our population.
244 of them wrote plays about gun violence this year.
It's time to give them something different to write about.
Something hopeful.
Something funny.
Something joyful.
New problems to solve.
New stories to believe in.
But until then,
We'll keep coming back.
Again.
And again.
and again,
See you next year!
Or
Maybe not.
Thank you so much. I'm going to have you guys come on stage real quick for a second. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being with us. My name is Michael Cody. I'm the Joaquin Oliver artistic producer of Enough Plays on Gun Violence. And wow, what a... Just want to take a breath here. Honor the work of all these young and young at heart individuals and these 5 that are joining us this evening. You guys are awesome. You guys are really awesome. Thank you. I have the distinct honor of introducing you to these playwrights. Pepper Fox, playwright of A Call for Help. Justin Cameron Washington, playwright of No Prospering Weapons. Valentine Wolf, playwright of The Matter at Hand. Amanda Fagan, playwright of Lightning Strike. And Nyara C. Bell, playwright of, what's her play again? The Smiles Behind. So your plays are being done, not just here, but in nearly 60 communities across the country tonight. And after people have experienced your plays, what do you hope happens next? And I think I would like just to go down the line, and if you want to just step up to one of the microphones, please. Amanda, go ahead.
I hope that people realize that gun violence affects real people, that they're not just statistics, and that every person who has ever died to gun violence was a real person and not just a number.
I just want people to realize that it's not enough to just say, I saw it and I understand. Understanding isn't enough. Action is what actually changes the world.
I hope that we once again recognize the sensitivity with gun violence, because I feel like it happens so often in this country that we can all kind of become numb to it, and I hope that after tonight we have reinvigorated some of the sensitivity that comes with the issue.
I hope tonight that myself and all of us, we amplified that there are perspectives from all sides of the gun, and it isn't just one. Obviously, we're not justifying anything, but we need to be sensitive again. I think a lot of times we get desensitized to a lot of the stuff, like we see something in the news and we're hit by it, but then we just keep going about our day because that's how life is. But I think once we're sensitized again, we'll start actually going about action.
Hello. I hope that if you are the principal of a school and there's a shooting, that you don't instill School Kindness Week, because my middle school principal did that and it didn't work. Also, don't put armbands on kids. That's not a good idea.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's give him another round of applause, please. So, by coming here tonight, you did not commit to a life of activism around the issue of gun violence, but we'd be lying if we said we didn't want more active community members after the end of this evening. But among you, there are 6 individuals in tonight's audience who are committed to a life of activism around the issue of gun violence and want to speak to you directly. Would you 6 that you know who you are, could you please come to the stage? Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, that's you, Manny. Okay, because we're toward the end of a long and intense evening. I've asked them to keep their remarks to under 2 minutes, which I completely acknowledge is really too short amount of time for such a complex subject. So they've given me permission to signal them when their 2 minutes are up, and I want to thank them for their generosity and their brevity. Here's what I want to know from each group, and that is, what is it that you do, and what are you thinking about now that you've seen these plays? And I'm going to start with our friends at Team Enough.
My name is Stephen Abrams. I'm the Team Enough National Chapter Coordinator.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alea Eastman. I am the Team Enough National Administrator.
And we were, so honored to have, partnered with Enough Plays since 2020, and they have done so much for us in amplifying all the work that we do in terms of our programming, and, as young people, an organization youth-led, we are so excited to support other young people in raising awareness about this issue. We know that gun violence comes in so many different forms, which was represented in the plays today, and I think it's really important to continue to make sure that we're educating ourselves about what gun violence looks like, not only in this country, but in your local community. And that's really, why we have, created our programs to make sure that young people who've said they had enough have the opportunity to create change in their community. Change is possible, and it takes, educating people and really waking them up to be able to take action.
And just to close out, I am actually a survivor of gun violence. I survived the 2018 shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. So that is how I got involved with gun violence prevention. I'm actually a founding member of Team Enough, so I've been here from the very beginning. And being here today was actually very heartfelt. And it was really nice to witness another form of activism in the form of gun violence prevention. I feel like a lot of the times we see people give national speeches, we have rallies, we have protests, but we don't see this side of advocacy shared on mainstream media. So it was really nice to see this side of the work that needs to be done, and also hearing it from the perspective of young people, because this issue disproportionately impacts young people. We are the ones that are being killed by gun violence. So I was super happy to see the voices, the passion, and the raw emotion behind the issue and how it impacts young people.
And if you would like to get involved, please go to www.teamenough.org. If you know any young people who want to take action, we're here and we're ready to do with whatever their ideas are on how to raise awareness and take action on this issue. We want to be that source to help them through that process, just like what we're doing here tonight with Enough Plays. So thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Team Enough. I'm going to bring up the Office of Gun Violence Prevention in DC.
Good evening, I'm Candace Catalin from the DC Office of Gun Violence Prevention.
I'm Taquan Jennings. I'm a credible messenger with the Office of Gun Violence Prevention.
At the Office of Gun Violence Prevention, we coordinate the district-wide public health strategy for gun violence prevention. One way we do that is we empower community residents to implement their answer to gun violence through community grants. I did see, I think Doja Drama was in here. I saw her, she's one of our grantees, but our job is to help support people doing the work, community members doing the work. They have the answers. We may have the ability to coordinate, maybe give funding, right, to make sure that their opportunity to implement strategies is present and amplify the story and the work. And you asked another question. Okay.
And then Manuel and Patricia Oliver from Change the Ref.
Good night, everybody. I am Patricia Oliver. I'm Joaquin's mom. I lost Joaquin at the Parkland shooting at the 2018, the same day that Leia was there at the same school, at the same building. And ever since, we've been fighting against gun violence using art. as a tool. So tonight for us is very important. That's why we are very connected with the expression that we saw all tonight. And I hope that you keep it growing and you keep bringing more people into the cause in this way that is very powerful. And I think that we can go to every corner around the country. So thank you so much for your support, and let's keep working.
Hello, everyone. My name is Manuel Oliver, and I am Joaquin Oliver's dad. And I consider Michael my friend, not only because of the things that he has been able to do around something that concerns a lot to us as a family, but also the commitment that this guy has. Like today, when you gave a standing ovation, when you were thinking how good, how amazing this is, I was asking myself, am I clapping to the good actors? Am I clapping to the amazing scripts? And I ended thinking I'm clapping to a new way of activism. And that's all it is. I believe in art. I believe in new ways of addressing an issue. You can try the same thing, and at some point you realize that it's not working. You should try something different. What are those lights? That means that my time is over?
I told you, you had 2 minutes, man. You got 2 minutes.
Dude, they took my 2 minutes. Right. Oh my God.
I swear I didn't plan that for you.
And I'm being so nice with the guy. Okay, here you go, another 5 minutes now. No, so you know what? All I'm asking you guys to do is help us make the stage bigger. When I say we, it's not this venue, it's not me and Patricia, it's us as a nation. We need a bigger stage. I don't love the idea that drama students are writing about gun violence. I think that's something that happens in this country, and probably other drama students in other nations are just writing beautiful things. And I finish with this. Joaquin, through his beautiful mother, myself, and his friends, will be supporting these kind of strategies forever. So thank you for being Joaquin Oliver's artistic director and not Patricia or Manuel's artistic director. That takes a lot. Thank you, everyone.
I had one other question for this group, and it's really just a complete the sentence kind of question, which is, if I am not currently active in this issue and want to be, something I can do in the next week or month would be blank. All right? And why don't we start with the office here in DC?
Acceptance that this is your issue. You can do so many things, but if you have not accepted that gun violence is your problem too, you're not doing anything. Accept that this is your issue. If you sing, sing. If you write, write. If you donate, donate purposely with your dollars. Accept that gun violence is your issue. It's our problem. And tell a friend.
We just consulted me and Patricia, and the answer is defeat gun violence before gun violence defeats you, because it's very possible.
We kind of covered this earlier, but get educated about what gun violence looks like in your community, and what can you do? Is there a local organization you can join? Is there something that you can do to actually help, make a difference in your community. Use your voice. Your voice matters, and ultimately, our mission here and what Alea and I do is that we want to empower young people to take action. Is that, we see all the great work that Alea does and her traveling the country and doing things that are making a real difference, and you can too. And I think that's ultimately the message we want to tell.
Thank you. I just want to thank these individuals again and all the individuals in the room who are working tirelessly on this issue, day in, day out, for your passion, your resources, your time, your emotion, everything that you bring to this issue. Often at an event like this, we might speak the names of those we have lost to gun violence, which is important. It's important to speak them with us here and now. It's important to remember. Tonight, we wanted to speak a different list. A list of folks living in our lives who we do this work for, who in the stories of a future without gun violence are here to speak their own names. Think of those names. Those who are here with us and still will be with us in the future that we seek to build together. Imagine those faces as vividly as the faces on these quilts who aren't here to speak their names. I think of a name, I think of my 3-year-old son, Jackson. So take a moment to think of yours. Deep breath. And together, let's speak them into the room now. Jackson.
Kevin. Kayla. Amari. Bernadette. Kevin. Aliana.
Thank you. Thank you to our wonderful performers, and thank you again to these incredible writers who brought us together this evening.